Hello there, Professor Torres-Velez here. This is a second take on a video recording that it was supposed to be kind of quick and sweet and hopefully useful to you. The announcements I want to make in here are the following ones. So I heard you, and some of you have had some issues both finding virtual events to attend in order to write the experiential short paper. If you remember the experiential short paper, you were supposed to attend an event, a virtual event, a CUNY or OSTOS event, and then write a summary of it, and that was the paper, the short paper. So it's a low stakes types of assignment. I did some searches on CUNY and OSTOS, and I couldn't find a whole lot of events. So I'm going to be providing you with some tech talks links for you to choose from, and then you can watch them. They're short, no more than 15 minutes, and you can write your short paper for that particular assignment. I'll be posting that shortly. And by the way, and I did it by just doing a quick search on tech talks, and so even though I'm providing you with I think 4 or 5 options, specifically dealing with the Bronx, you're more than welcome to do your own searches, tech talks, and perhaps do some searches that have to do with the topics that we are addressing in the class currently. Okay, and if you find something interesting that you feel is relevant and you want to do your short paper, or it's just kind of like a journal entry, right? Your short paper on that. By all means, go ahead, do the search, find a TED talk that it's appealing to you, and use it. So you either do that or choose one of the ones that I will be providing you shortly. The other very important announcement that I want to make is that I heard you. Some of you have not been able to secure a volunteering organization, and so I will be providing you with some alternate projects to address that particular problem. Let me just show you here quickly. So if you can see in here, this is the syllabus, right? And if you click on the service learning project, right, that will take you right here. And these are some of the grassroots organizations, community-based organizations that you were supposed to be volunteering a few hours to complete this particular project. I know that some of you already started, which is great. Some of you already are done with that, phenomenal. Now you have to do the write-up. And some of you were waiting for a response on some of these organizations, or perhaps other ones that you choose within your own neighborhoods. This is like week 3 or something like that of our summer session. We are still have June and part of July. So there's a little time, not a whole lot, but there's a little time. If you haven't heard from an organization by now, you might need to start thinking about perhaps pursuing the alternate project, which I will explain briefly. But if you already are into it, phenomenal, good job. Just stick to it and finish it. You are ahead of the curve. That's good. Okay. These are the organizations available to you, and this is the breakdown on what the write-up for that project is all about. So just take a time and read it carefully, and if you see, I'll provide, in here there's all the steps that you need to follow to complete that short report for the end of the semester. But if you haven't been lucky enough to secure a volunteering position in one of the organizations, this is what I have to offer you. Okay, so here we go. Let me show you. So there are 2 possibilities for this alternate alternate final project, right? So option 1 is a photo essay, and option 2 is a multimedia spatial essay. I know it sounds a little weird, but it's spatial as in space, okay? Um, so the photo essay in itself, it's not very difficult. If you don't know what a photo essay is, I would strongly advise you to just do a quick Google search and find out what a a photo essay is, and figure out what makes a really good photo essay. I mean, just with a quick Google search, you'll find tons of information. So I encourage you to do your own research on it. I do include in here, I mean, the photo essay of the two alternatives, it's probably the easier one because it's fundamentally doing a PowerPoint where you include images and a good amount of substantive captions, well written captions that are meant to, when put together, all the slides and all of that are telling a story, a narrative, okay? And you're using both, sort of multimedia images, perhaps even short videos and audio if you want to, within a sort of presentation format of sorts, okay? And so because of that, that's probably the easiest for you because it's usually what, the type of assignments that are usually asked for in college courses. The multimedia spatial essay, it's an interesting option for you. If I were you, I would follow this one just because you will learn new skills and new software and whatnot. On this one, I mean, it's a glorified, that fancy multimedia spatial is a fancy way of basically saying, listen, I'm gonna create a web-based map that will have images and that will allow me to tell a story, and you can kind of like travel through the map, seeing the images, the videos, the audios, to tell your story, right? So that's the difference. And so for the multimedia spatial essay, you'll have to learn how to use the software. It's not complicated. I mean, it's web-based. It's open source. It's completely free. You can open an account and you start playing right away. I do include in this document. If I'm gonna scroll down, there's these web links that you can follow to. Like this one is to create an account, and these are different tutorials on how to use it. I mean, within an hour of just kind of watching, perhaps even less, you'll get a pretty good sense of how to build your own StoryMap multimedia essay, and that will be phenomenal, okay? So let's start with the photo essay quickly, right? So what do we want with the photo? What do I want? Well, the photo essay showcases the unique aspects of the Bronx and or your neighborhood, right? I mean, it's supposed to be about the Bronx, but I understand that not all of you might be living in the Bronx, and so that's why I'm providing you with the choice of doing it on your own neighborhood in the case that you might be living in a different borough, okay? And the essay should capture the essence of the area, highlighting its spatial and distinctive characteristics. Specifically, photo essays, you should kind of think of it as a story where you're gonna, of course, relate it to the course. So, as we are covering, I think, 4 or 5 units in our course. Each one deals with different set of topics and readings associated with that. So, taking into account that, you kind of organize what you want to, highlight from the neighborhood you want to make your photo essay on. And these are some examples that I'm providing you for you to think about it, right? So how to organize your essay? Well, you should organize it around some sort of topics, themes. It could be places I adore. It could be places that I hang out, places that I would like other people to know about. A day in my life. Local hidden gems. Historical spots. I mean, you can get really creative with these and create some powerful photo essays, very informative and useful, that you can share with friends and whatnot. You can align your essay, of course, and you have to align your essays with the topics discussed in the classroom, as I mentioned, the different units: beauty, urban planning, development, arts, culture, environment, and health. Okay. or a combination of any of those sort of topics to tell a story. It's also acceptable. How long does this has to be? Well, it can be anywhere between 12 to 13 slides. Try not to go over that. That means that you have to very carefully plan so that you convey whatever you're trying to convey in that short amount of space. Um, I offer you a basic organization right in here that you can carefully look through once you get this document. So of course you need a title slide. You'll need an introduction, an introduction within that presentation, 1 or 2 slides at the most. Then the main content, right up to 7 slides, something like that. And then you need a conclusion and another slide for bibliography, because you have to make sure to cite at the very least three readings from the class. Okay, it's very important. At the very least, 3 readings from the class, and then of course you're more than welcome to cite outside the class sources as well. For the photo essay, I would really like for you to go out there and kind of document yourself, with your cell phone, take pictures, little videos, audios, whatever you want, right? In order to add to this particular photo essay. And if you do, then you make sure you say, whatever, if you took a picture, taken by the author. However, if you ended up using sources, which you can do, if you, for whatever reason, were not able to get pictures, on your own, if you get them from the internet, make sure you reference them properly. Super important, right? To reference them properly, both within the slides and at the end, in the bibliography as well. Okay, and of course you'll need a conclusion. So a few slides, where you again summarize your key insights and reflect on what you learned on this exercise and on the class, generally speaking. So that's for the photo essay. Okay, now the multimedia essay, spatial essay, I broke it down a little more because I know it might be new for some of you, and again I included a bunch of links for you to follow to do the tutorials. But it's a basic idea, right? You're gonna go to your neighborhood, choose the topics, sit down, create yourself an outline of what story you want to tell, what are the sites that you want to stress, why they're important, and once you have that, you choose the topic, the themes, you plan your narrative, create an outline, right? This is before you actually get into the actual building of the map with the images and all that. So select theme, outline, and then you need to gather all the information. In this case, same deal, right? If you're gonna be doing, taking pictures yourself, just make sure you kind of document where you're taking the pictures, and sorry about that. Whoa, I hope you saw the mess I have on here. Yep, sorry about that. So document, you gather, you go take pictures, videos, audio, whatever it is. If you do it yourself, make sure to document where you're taking the pictures and all that, and then the camera does that automatically for you. And if you take pictures or images or videos or whatever from the internet, make sure to document the websites that you're taking information from. Something important about the StoryMap JS website, because this one, it's a open source. Just make sure you provide with the references for everything you put in there. So if you take a picture from the internet, make sure you reference the web page, and so on and so forth. Super important. Okay. And StoryMap JS is completely free. You click in that link, and you can create an account, and boom, you can start playing with that. These are the set of instructions on how to do it. You create your account, you just make a map, add slides. You need to specify the locations, so you might need to open another web window on the web browser. And so let's say, for instance, that you're documenting, I don't know, Yankee Stadium. Well, you might need to type in Yankee Stadium, and you might need to type in the actual coordinates, geographical information system coordinates, Google can give you that information, and then just copy and paste those coordinates into the story map, and it will create the link in the specific location that you want to add, sort of images, videos, or audio to that particular part of the project. So it's kind of like similar to PowerPoints in that it kind of works with slides, right? And each slides should be addressing one topic, one image, a couple images, whatever. You need to specify the geographical information, location. You need to of course upload the content that you are trying to with which you are trying to populate your presentation, and of course make sure you also include a substantive and descriptive text for each one of the media you're using, whether it's video, audio, whatever it is, okay? Yeah, I mean, just kind of normal, before you set up to start creating the slides, kind of think about the order you want to follow. Yeah, and all the instructions are in there. Take the time to read them carefully, follow the tutorials, and it should be fairly easy. I mean, it's slightly more complicated than the photo essay, but I think the thrill of having something online that you can show to friends and whatnot is kind of exciting. So this is a project, and by the way, other students have created mind-blowing examples. I'm gonna try to find a few and kind of share them with you. But this is the alternative to the service learning project if you were unable to secure volunteering hours within a community-based organization. Okay. That's all I want to say for now, and I'll see you soon. All right.